Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Pierre Sabah, and I am the hearing officer in today's proceedings. This is a hybrid hearing being held in person in the main conference room of the State Building Codes Division at 1535 Edgewater Street, Northwest Salem, Oregon, and virtually over Zoom. This hearing is being recorded to maintain a permanent record. Today's date is Wednesday, March 20th, 2024. The time is approximately 1:30 p.m. This is the time and place set for a public rulemaking hearing to take public comment on amendments to OAR 918-460-0500 2024 Oregon Energy Efficiency Specialty Code. The planned effective date for this rule is July 1, 2024 with a 6-month phase-in period, but this date is subject to ComCheck availability. Notice for today's hearing was filed with the Secretary of State on February 7, 2024 and was published in the March 2024 Oregon Bulletin. This hearing will be conducted according to the Oregon Administrative Procedures Act, ORS Chapter 183, and the Attorney General's Model Rules. The division will review issues raised during the public hearing and will consider all written and oral submissions. No responses to questions will be made at this time. In addition to the opportunity to present oral comments at this hearing, anyone may submit written comments until Friday, March 22nd at 5 p.m., which is the close of the public comment period. No other comments or exhibits will be accepted after this date unless the division extends the public comment period for everyone. If you are here to testify, before beginning your testimony, please state your name, address, and affiliation with an organization, if any, for the record. If you have written statements, please provide them to me so they may be properly marked as exhibits and made part of the record. Once again, I did see a couple people join late, so if you did want to testify today over Zoom, please indicate so in the chat. Otherwise, we may begin testimony. I believe we have Geoff Jenks here. Thank you, Geoff.
Do I need to start over? Good afternoon. My name is Geoff Jenks. I am the Regional Vice Chair of Government Affairs for ASHRAE in our region. I'm a born and raised Oregonian. I served in the United States Coast Guard here in Oregon, and I've been in the construction industry for 13 years. During that time, I've worked as an owner, an operator, an engineer, a designer, a mechanical contractor, a researcher, and a consultant. I've worked extensively on projects in every market sector from healthcare to industrial and multifamily to education throughout the state, the country, and the world. I joined ASHRAE as a student member at Portland State University. I'm honored to say that I've served as the Oregon Chapter President and now Regional Vice Chair of Government Affairs for our region. I'm pleased to submit these comments on behalf of ASHRAE in support of the proposed update to the Oregon Energy Efficiency Specialty Code. ASHRAE, founded in 1894, is a technical and professional society of more than 53,000 members, including over 500 in Oregon, that focuses on building systems, energy efficiency, indoor air quality, refrigeration, and sustainability. We support the adoption of the 2022 edition of the ANSI ASHRAE IES Standard 90.1 Energy Efficiency in Sites, Buildings, except low-rise residential buildings, into the 2024 Oregon Energy Efficiency Specialty Code. Standard 90.1 has been the benchmark for commercial building energy code in the United States and a key basis for codes and standards around the world for more than 35 years. Energy performance is improved in each successive edition of the standard, resulting in major improvements over time. The latest edition of Standard 90.1, the 2022 edition, begins the standard's moves towards becoming a net zero carbon emission code by 2031. It includes a new optional appendix that allows the use of alternative metrics like site energy, source energy, or carbon emissions in addition to the traditional energy cost metric. Most importantly, for the first time, in a U.S. National Efficiency Minimum Efficiency Energy Standard, 90.1 2022 has an expanded scope that includes not just buildings, but the entire building site, including on-site renewable energy. The U.S. Department of Energy has recently issued a determination that ASHRAE Standard 90.1 2022 will achieve greater energy efficiency in commercial buildings subject to the code as compared to the previous 2019 edition of the standard. The determination estimates overall savings for commercial buildings of approximately 9.8% in site energy and 9.4% in source energy, along with an estimated 8.9% reduction in energy costs and 9.3% savings in carbon emissions. Again, on behalf of ASHRAE, we support the proposed adoption of Standard 90.1 2022 as part of the 2024 Oregon Energy Efficiency Specialty Code and appreciate your consideration of ASHRAE's comments. We welcome your questions and will be happy to provide additional information as needed. Thank you for working to ensure the health and well-being of building occupants in Oregon.
Thank you for your testimony, Geoff. At this time, I'll open up testimony for anyone on Zoom who has not signed up yet. Please indicate if you would like to provide any testimony in the chat. We will hold this hearing open to at least 1:42. Thank you. Hi, Sean. We will not respond to any questions at this time, but you may provide them for the record. Sean, can you please say your question out loud for the record, please?
Sure. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah. So thank you. And just for the record, 5.8.1.5 states, quote unquote, substantial contact is required for insulation. And the general intent is good. We don't want to have air bypassing insulation, bypassing the R value installed. That's understood. However, the definition as it's written, it appears to exclude numerous systems such as EFOS or IMP that's shimmed or furred, or XPS over drain mat below grade, or exterior insulation above fluted decks, directly on fluted decks, or any exterior insulated roof assembly with drain mat. The manufacturers of the insulation don't typically have recommendations that relate to this definition of 5815. So 5815 noting it's per manufacturer's recommendation is moot. The definition of substantial contact says eliminate voids between materials. This means the systems above would not be allowed per the new energy code technically as it's written, just FYI.
Thank you, Sean. And can you state your official name and affiliation, if any, for the record?
Yeah, Sean Scott, NCLOSE, which is spelled NCLOSE, Enclosure Consulting.
Thank you. I'll hold the hearing open for another minute if anyone else has anything to add for testimony. Thank you. I see we do have someone that joined a bit late for the hearing. Hello, Tom. We are currently accepting testimony. If you have any testimony, please state your name and affiliation, if any, for the record, and begin your testimony. If not, we will be closing the hearing shortly. Thank you.
Yeah, hi, this is Tom Young, Northwest Concrete Masonry Association. Just was listening in primarily. Our industry does have concern about one of the statewide alternate methods, but we'll be talking to the code board about that further. So really just here today to listen in. Thank you.
Thanks, Tom. You did miss some of the earlier testimony, but the recording will be posted in the next few business days on the BCD website. Seeing no more oral testimony, I will remind everyone that written testimony will be accepted until this Friday, March 22nd at 5 p.m. No other comments or exhibits will be accepted after this date. The time is approximately 1:46 p.m. Thank you for attending today's hearing and providing comments. This concludes our public hearing.